Hi, welcome to the Gen X Glam and Gab channel here on YouTube. It is great to see everyone, whether it's your first time or you're coming back. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. I know there are a lot of choices out there and you're hanging out with me, my little corner of YouTube where I do a little bit of glam and a little bit of gab. Today I might confidently say we are going to do more glam than gab because first of all, I'm in a huge hurry. Shocker, getting ready for work. I have almost all my skincare down. I'm going to go in with this Guerlain Perul Gold 24K primer. I don't normally use a lot of primer, but what I want to test out, what I want to share with you today, and why I'm saying we're going to do some glam today, because I'm going in with a foundation. I am going for a fuller coverage, a look than normal, because my Sephora haul is trickling in. So I ordered 2 foundations on the Sephora sale. One from Haus Labs, which we're not going to use today, but I have been wanting to buy it forever. I even cashed in 1,000 of my Sephora beauty reward points so I could get $20 off that purchase. So I'm really, really excited to try the Haus Labs for me foundation. But I thought today we would try the new foundation. It's getting such crazy good reviews online. I thought we'd try the Rare Beauty new foundation and see how it lays down on this vintage skin. It's true to myself, natural matte long wear foundation. It's like light to medium coverage based on my research, and I bought it in the shade 4. I swatched it yesterday because I was so excited when I got it. I just swatched it on my hands, and it looks like shade 4 might even be a little light for me, but we're going to try and make the magic happen. Let's let that, I'm getting like, so this primer it's a little bit sticky, but it's not super icky sticky. I really like it. It feels like it just blends into my skincare. So when I need to go with an all over primer, I reach for that. I'm probably not going to repurchase it when it's gone because it's another thing that I bought with beauty points when I was living in Ottawa. I got it at Shoppers Drug Mart, cashed in my PC Optimum points. All right, I'm going in with a little bit of my Lumine eyeshadow primer. I don't think I'm going to do much with my lids. And, you know, as these lids get more and more vintage, it's just very clear to me that I can do less and less. I do like this shadow primer. It has a tiny bit of pigment on it, and I feel like it just kind of smooths out my lids a little bit. And if anything, I just have been dusting powder on them. But I did get something in the Sephora sale. I cashed in 100 reward points for it, and it's like a little Bobbi Brown eyeshadow stick. Or did I cash in points? I'd have to look in my order history. It might have been something that I found on the Sephora sale site. Nothing gives me more joy during the Sephora sale than to find something really new and unique on their sale page and get 20% off the sale price. All right, I'm digging around. I'm sort of looking for a lippy to just mask my lips with before I do the real lippy. This is a little moisture surge from Clinique. I kind of like this. You know, you can get this lots of times. Clinique will throw this in one of their bonus time. I don't know if I got it in a bonus time or if I got it in a Sephora Faves sort of lippy bundle. All right, I think that's good. We have to go. The invader is waiting for me. He's gonna make me some coffee. Feeling like I'm getting the queen treatment this morning while I do my video. So let's see if we can get through this. Before I go in with the foundation, I thought I could use a little. I bought in the mini because I wasn't sure how it was going to go over. This is their Huda Beauty's faux concealer. It's in the shade Cherry Light. I usually use Pomelo Pink underneath my eyes as a brightener corrector. This shade, this Cherry Light, is going to be more of like a brightener, I think. I'm going to go in with the Pomelo Pink so you can see that it's very, very peachy. And there's a lot of brands out there. This is so messy. It gets me every time. Let's tap and blend with some e.l.f. There's a lot of brands out there that make this particular shade of color corrector. Like in e.l.f., you could pick up their They're peach shade, and it's going to be really, really close. But I do like me some peachy. Sometimes get in there with a little bit of peachy underpainting under the eyes. But let's see how this cherry light. So you've got the peach here, right? It's not, I wouldn't say it's doing a heck of a lot, but you have to remember this, we're just underpainting at the moment. Let's see how bright cherry light is compared to that peach. It's definitely brighter. I like it. I like it. It's a little less peachy, but definitely brighter. I don't know. We should probably get a different brush. We should probably get a different brush. Let's go with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood complexion brush, which is a fun brush. Whenever I see Charlotte Tilbury on like the Today Show, like the morning shows, she books herself, or she gets booked on these shows quite often, and she's doing one of her girls models, you know, demonstrations. She always has this brush with her. I like it a lot. I have 2 of them. I wait for Charlotte to do like one of her 20% off sales or more, and that's when I cash in on brushes. So I don't know. I think I'm liking the brighter side, the cherry light side better. All right, what else did I get? From Haus Labs, although we're not using Haus Labs foundation today, I bought their like their bronzer stick. Don't have it, and it's in the shade Angle. Super excited to use it, and I'm going to use it now to underpaint because I'm afraid. Let's look at this thing. Kind of reminds me of a, and do I have a chubby stick with me? Kind of reminds me of a Clinique chubby stick, not gonna lie. Little bit slimmer in packaging, less chubby, but the chubby stick, as far as I know, from Clinique, does not have, it doesn't have it in a bronzer shade. It's a lip and cheek sort of product. We're gonna go a little bit on the eyes. I really like this for drawing all over the favorite places that I like to draw. This is really fun. I wasn't sure if I used it after the foundation. I'm a little bit nervous how the foundation's gonna go. I wasn't sure if it would really, you know, pick up. I really want to see what it does as an underpaint before I go ahead and put it on top of the foundation. Now I toiled over the shade that I should get, but I'm pretty happy with this angle. Like, you can see it. You know what I mean? It's there. It's going to get covered up, sure. But, you know, I'm thinking in the summer, after I use maybe one of my tinted sunscreens, put a little bit of this on, I think that's going to pop definitely on top of a tinted sunscreen, for sure. For sure. Again, once we get the foundation on, I think this baby is going to get a little bit covered up. But let's see if it can poke through. Let's see. Wow, I really do like this shade. I think it's going to be really fun for summer. And I think I do like the slimmer sort of model. I love my Clinique chubby sticks, by the way. I think that those are fantastic. If you're ever at an outlet mall and you see a cosmetics company, I think I've mentioned this before. I know I have talked about how the cosmetic company can be found in many outlet stores. Let's go in with a little bit of the e.l.f. Super Grip Dewy Spray. And Clinique, without fail, is one of the brands that cosmetic company has, and you can pick up those chubby sticks pretty affordably. You pick up a lot of Clinique affordably, and Too Faced as well. That's what I like to hit up when I go to those cosmetic company outlet shops. All right, there we go. I was thinking, should we do a little bit of a lippy just to go out of order, which I love doing. I need to repurchase one of my CoverGirl lip stains. This thing is almost gone. You're supposed to shake these, but I don't think there's much left to shake. I want to repurchase this in the shade 10 Shuggy Girl. These, you know, they're drying out, but they have lasted me a while. I bought them in at least 2 or 3 shades, and I kind of don't mind that it's running out and it's a little bit more muted, because I can use it more to blur. I can use the side of it to just kind of like drag it right along my lip contour area, as opposed to the tip for drawing. It just gives a nice little stain, and I've been meaning to get on Amazon and repurchase this. And been meaning to do it all week. Yeah, have. All right, let's look at Wherever Walnut here from Makeup Forever. You know, I spoke briefly about my opinions on Coachella. And, you know, back in the day when, you know, I was going to Lollapalooza and Dead shows and stuff, and it was all about the community and the spontaneity, like never in a million years could have imagined that, you know, these influencer type folks were running around the same festival I was going to, doing their selfies, going to their brand events, hitting up the swag tails. Like, it just wasn't about that back in the day. Really, it was about the music. It was about meeting new people, the camaraderie of it all. It wasn't as commercialized. Let's just say that. But that footage bled over into a lot of my reels because there's a lot of, you know, we know there's a lot of influencers in the beauty space that were hitting up the Coachella Festival, and I saw several of them, you know, touching up or getting ready with us, using their Makeup Forever lip liners. It's in the shade, you know, the quintessential shade is usually like caffeine wherever, caffeine forever. I don't know, wherever caffeine. It's called Wherever Caffeine. And this is Wherever Walnut. I saw that in people's bags at the festival. I love that shade. All right, let's go in. Am I avoiding the foundation? Do you think I'm just going to say, guys, you know what? The invader's probably going to be knocking on my door anyway. Should we really commit to blending in a foundation when I think we're looking pretty good now? We got all of our skincare down. We got our lippy done. We got our under eyes sort of covered up, and we've warmed up our face. I think we could call it. But I said we would, and we're doing it. Let's go in again with the Rare Beauty new foundation. Check this out. There's a button on the back. There's like a little toggle, and you toggle it over. I love this because I don't have it toggled over. I'm pushing down. I ain't got nothing coming out. And then you toggle it the other way, and boom. I kind of like that. I kind of like this mess-free applicator. Let's start there. And that's all I'm going to go in with. It looks, it's going to be kind of light. We need the Beauty Blender. Let's spray the Beauty Blender. I'm trying to get an empty out of this, my Airbrush Flawless from Charlotte setting spray. Let's go ahead. This was yesterday's Beauty Blender. It's still okay. Believe me, it's still okay. I am not a fan of nursing the breakouts. Oh, speaking of Charlotte Tilbury, I used her new lip and cheek sort of balm to finish off my lips. I went to an event yesterday after work, and that was my lip combo. What was in my bag? I'll tell you what was in my bag. The Wherever Walnut and that Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip balm. I did have this as well in my bag, but it was in my, the bag. It was not in the bag that I took to go to the event. You know when you've got something going on? Let's start to blend that out. You know when you've got something going on and you can't take your, you can't take your bigger bag, so you bring your smaller bag. So the Shuggy Girl didn't make the event bag just because, wow, this is going on so much better than I thought, although it's quite light. Just because I could only fit so much in my bag. And so, I mean, this little combo right here, I'm loving the Wherever Walnut and the Charlotte Tilbury. But I definitely want to get some more of that Shuggy Girl. And, you know, throughout the day yesterday, I did touch up my lips a few times with it. I just didn't have a lot of real estate in the smaller bag to take everything I wanted to take. This is too light. This is too light for me. And it's shade 4. And I'm looking kind of ghostly. But let's talk about how it's feeling on my skin. It feels great, right? We're talking about my vintage skin, my 52-year-old vintage skin. It's blending well, but yet I feel like it's drying pretty quickly. I'm curious to see now when we go back in with a little bit more. I still have a ton left on my hand. Let's get another layer in. I'm curious how when I go back in with my Haus Labs Sculpting Stick. Again, this is in the shade Angle. how it's going to pick up on top of this foundation. I just have to, I'm glad I'm not like yellow or orange. It's better to be brighter, in my opinion, but I don't think I hit. With this shade match. But it's, it's all about the build and the blend. The formula feels fantastic, and it's not as high coverage as I thought it was going to be. I guess I don't mind going lighter because this is just a really nice base. Feels great. It's not pilling, nothing. It's just a really nice base that now I can go on top of with a few other products that are going to stick to it. And it has smoothed out my face. I don't hate it one bit. I don't know if it comes in 0.5, like shoe sizes. I'm like I used to be a 7.5 forever, and now I kind of will buy the 8 because my feet, and I don't know if this comes along with the whole vintage feet process, but my feet tend to swell, so now I just buy the 8. But where I was going with this, do you think there's like a 4.5? And I always stay in the neutral, right? As opposed to like a warm or a cool. So this is for neutral, shade 4. Here, let's read the box a little bit more. An airy whipped foundation. I didn't feel like it was that whipped. That stays true to you all day with medium. Not exactly sure it was medium, which is good. It was I think it was light medium, like light to medium, but like a light medium, somewhere truly in the middle. Buildable coverage and an ultra like matte finish, total ultralight matte finish. I'm down with that. All right, let's try this Haus Labs again, because actually I think it's gonna pick up quite well because that came in so light. Oops, kind of missed the mark there. Let's go in and do, what would be what? An overcoat if we did our undercoat. Blend that out. Already did the lip. Let's do the brows. Let's go in with my 24 Wear Brow Lamination from L'Oreal. My favorite clear brow gel out there on the market. Just a little bit will do you. And I just don't have to do much because I got my brows laminated over the weekend. So I'm doing good in that regard. Should we take a brush? Love this brush. Where's B-Oaf? It's like, look, there's the wood. It is kind of falling apart, but I really like it. I don't know if I got it in a Ipsy or where I got this brush, but it's one of my favorites. It's definitely a knockoff of something like the Charlotte Tilbury complexion brush, because you've got your dense, like larger head on this side and your sort of finer on that side. I mean, there's a knockoff for everything. There's a knockoff for everything these days. But I don't know why I thought like I'm going in with the brush because I don't want to pick up as much product onto the Beauty Blender with that. I wanted to get that warmth back on my face that got a little bit covered up with the foundation. And I think that was a success. What else did I pull out? I have more stuff from Sephora. I'm just sort of saving it. It's gonna trickle in. I mean, I'm definitely super excited to try that Haus Labs foundation. Just been staring at that literally for years and not pulling the trigger. Oh, we didn't get into this. This is in the shade 0.5 Ulta from Tower 28. And it's a foundation. Let's go. I wanted it to be that light. It's like one of these brightener sort of shades. Definitely a shade lighter than, my natural skin tone. But I wanted to go in with a brightening one. And, for 20% off, I had some restraint, but not a heck of a lot. Like I say, the stuff is trickling in. The orders, because I wanted to get the samples, I've told you guys this trick before, because I wanted to get samples with each order, I chose to do multiple orders, and I self-admit what do we think? I just wanted to go like in my nose contour area and like right through my T-zone to brighten up a little bit. And I think we did. I know it's not good for the environment what I did, ordering the multiple Sephora orders because I had free shipping, just so that I could get extra samples. The samples at the end of the day probably weren't all that fantastical and worth it, but I'm going to show it, not now because I really have to go, but this weekend I want to take a deeper dive into what I got from Sephora, and I think there might be a possibility that I'll get a little bit more before the week is out. I haven't gotten the Road Glaze It yet, which I've wanted to try forever. I was going to say speaking of which, but it doesn't. This has nothing to do with Road. POV Beauty, Michaela Nigara's line. She dropped a new I don't know, whatever product in her collection. That's what I'm trying to say. And it dropped yesterday, and it's some sort of like cold formula. I forget what she's calling it. I don't think the word frozen's in it, but the idea is it's a skincare product. It looks like somewhere between a primer. It looks like a very thick, milky, maybe serum. Anyway, it's supposed to be cold. It's supposed to be cold when you get it. And which is interesting because I watched a video recently, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I'm just like everybody else. I'm sucked in. I'm going to go in with some NARS Laguna Light. I'm sticking with this, you know, warmthy kind of look on top of this very light base to go with my sweater. Anyway, I was watching this video of a gal who froze a bunch of her makeup and then used it. And it was so interesting to see yeah, what she used. You know, off the top of my head, I remember she used the milk hydro grip. I can't reach it. Just used it yesterday. The milk hydro grip tint. She froze that. I don't know. It was just real. Oh, she froze like, what was the lip product she froze? She froze some sort of lip product and it came out in like a clump. That was kind of funny. So then I was like, I wanna freeze my hydro grip tint from Milk and see. I'm just so easily influenced. All right, a little bit. I never know how to say it. I never know how to say the say. Really like this. Like you know, when I first tried Say in my collection, Say whatever, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. And then I ordered this recently within the past couple of weeks, and I've really like it because it lays down a nice like dewy sort of vibe, right? But you can see the pigment. Just a very touch of it. All right, we're gonna finish this off with some powder. I'm gonna use Charlotte Tilbury. I gotta go. I'm gonna get in so much trouble. I maybe have 3 minutes before I'm gonna start to get that knock on the door, and it's gonna be like, and the guy doesn't like, you know, he don't want his voice on air, and since I do everything in one take, one knock, a shout out from the invader means this video will never see the light of day. And I think I want to get it uploaded because it was a lot of fun hanging out with everybody, and this thing is cool. I'm sorry. I think I just needed the 4.5, and this is a great formula. I agree. It's a really nice ultra matte smooth finish, and the makeup is the other makeup that I've put on top of it. I think it's laying down quite nice. I'm going in with this Physicians Formula bronzing trio. I love this thing. I've been using it a lot over the past couple of weeks. I really like it. Anyway, we want this video to see the light of day because in the next one, when we go in and talk Sephora haul, I'm using the lightest shade here, and I'm just kind of dusting my lids because, you know, the lids get so creasy-measy as they, you know, vintage, as they get more and more vintage. There's just less and less that I really want to do with them and attract attention to them and just have them all like I said, creasy-measy. Anyway, we want this video to upload. I want to be able to say, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're well. Special shout out to Amy, who has said she's feeling it. She's fighting it this week. She's had better weeks. I hope you feel better soon. Same with Jen. I hope you're healing up. And Mary, thank you for your comment about appreciating my tips and tricks, because I am not a guru. And if anything that I say is helpful to someone, it warms my heart. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for your thank you. And I'm super happy for you that you're getting some positive reinforcement on your skincare journey. I'm sure you're beautiful within, and you're bringing the glow out. So that's fantastic. All right, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're well, everybody. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.